Hi there. Welcome to another edition of Indulge Auto, and today we have the brand new and revised Skoda Kushaq. So what is exactly new in this car and what are the different changes this car has gone through? This is exactly what we are going to talk about in our usual format. The exteriors, the interiors, then we see the engine, do a drive, and of course I give you a conclusion. So stick with us till we start this segment. The front side has gone, I would say that the changes are very big, but they're not so drastic. Of course, what strikes you besides the uh, definition of the new headlamps is this connected light, which runs right through the grille, connecting both the headlights. And of course, over here you have fog lamps, which also act as cornering lights. Naturally, you have the front parking sensors right here. But I think a crucial miss out here is the ADAS functions on this car, which are not there. If you continue seeing the side, of course, you have the Skoda badge. This car looks very nice in this green color. I think it gives it a sleek look. You have the infrared glass. You can see it's kind of green out here, protecting you from the sun. The request sensor for the locks. European cars, of course, a right hand side filling option which just opens when you click on it. And then you come to the rear of the car. In the rear of the car again, you see you have connected lights, but what is interesting is the fact that now you have an illuminated Skoda sign right here. This is the 1.5 TSI, so it uses the 7 DCT. We'll come to all of that later, but yes, the headlamp design is all new. And let us take a look at the boot space of the car. The boot space here, I would say, is quite cavernous. Again, my peeve over here is you have to actually lift things to put them in. That could be a bit of a bummer, but otherwise you have good enough space inside. There's even a light here to illuminate what is there. Some hooks over here. Yeah, overall, good cavernous space, which can be used for a variety of reasons. And of course, you have the important parcel shelf cover, which means anything that you put here will not be visible to those outside. So the interiors are very practical. You have these ivory and black color dashboard right here. Of course, you have this nice little pattern, a concentric pattern there. And you can optionally, I guess, specify floor mats with that. But yes, this thing looks good. It looks sturdy. I do have a fear that this can get dirty a little easily, but hey, I'm just nitpicking. The seats are ventilated, and I think Skoda has done a very useful thing, what they call simply care, by putting the button for the ventilated seats here. In many cars, they are all over the place and difficult to find, but in this car, there is no such issue. What I did not, well, at least I am not fond of really, is this touch control panel for the HVAC. Everything is sliding, touching these things, as is the fan speed, like that. Somehow, I have never been a fan of this. I feel it's a little difficult to do when driving, but hey, everybody to their own, right? But of course, you have a 12-volt socket here. You have a wireless charging system here, nice place to keep the key. This, of course, is the DSG gearbox, and I must point out that there are two USB-C slots here for fast charging. A vanity mirror in this visor, and a place to hold your ticket here, because people like me don't need to see us doing our hair, right? I love this frameless auto-dipping mirror that you have. And of course, you have two 10.2-inch approximate screens, I would say. And this screen, of course, controls the infotainment and basic features of the car. This screen is for the driver, very crisp, easy to read, and of course, it can be configured multiply like all digital screens, which I think is very good. But what I think is really, really cool is the steering wheel. I love the suspended type buttons that are there, the scroll type buttons here and here where you can change the displays. And of course, you don't get an electronic parking brake, you get a proper manual handbrake, which is good for people who are enthusiasts. So yeah, overall it's a good place to be. Seats are comfortable like most European cars are. And did I mention that the infotainment system handles Apple CarPlay and Android Auto as well, wireless of course. So overall quite a feature loaded car from the inside. Never lets you forget it's a Skoda. Shall we sit in the back and see how it compares? So the rear is actually quite interesting. With a 2651 wheelbase, you have plenty of space even for someone like me, even if the seat is pushed back. What I like is you have a magazine compartment and a place to put your cell phone. Pretty cool, pretty amazing, and of course my favorite feature, the handrest is here with two small cup holders. Now, and of course ISOFIX seat connectors. I must say, if you want to put baby seats, this is important. Now comes a very interesting part, which I think is unique to this car only, and that is, forget the two USB-C charging points. They are a convenience fact, but the fact is you get seat massagers in the rear seat. Just push this button, lean back, and let your personal masseuse do the kneading for you. I think this is very good. Although, if you ask me, I think one crucial feature this car misses out on are the side window shades, because I think in a country like India that is super important, and since this car does not have them, I think it's a big omission in a market like us. Otherwise, great to sit in, air vents at the back, and you have almost every comfort you can think of. So yeah, overall nice place to be. Shall we take a look at the engine? Of course, a car is only as good as the mechanicals that support it. This one that we are driving today is of course the top of the line 1.5 litre TSI engine. So this engine does about 150 bhp approx. It's about 110 kilowatts, and with about 250 Newton meters of torque. In this car, this is mated to a 7-speed dual clutch automatic. Now, just remember that this is the same engine as was there in the previous car. Not much changes have been done to it, but yes, it's in a new facelifted body shell, so that's about it. The main change comes in the 1 litre version that is there. The 1 litre version, again with about 113, 114 horses, that has a new 8-speed automatic transmission by Aisin. We have not driven that one yet, so can't tell you. But this one we told you is about 150 horses with a 7-speed DSG, dry clutch. Let's take a look at driving this and see how good it is actually on the road and the feel of the car, as they say. Driving the 1.5 TSI is an absolute pleasure. This engine has always been very responsive, great to drive, and the 7-speed DSG box I think is one of the best automatic gearboxes in the market. Yes, dual clutch automatics have been criticized, but I think overall this gearbox is perfectly fine. The ride and handling of this vehicle also is also a matter of great discussion, because I think it runs very well, and whatever kind of roads you subject to it, whether it is country roads, whether it's highways, it runs very well. Even in the city, it is pretty manageable, and I think that overall the driving pleasure in this car is unmatched in the segment, if I can even say that. So yes, this is certainly a car I would recommend to everyone. It is a car which I think is a great addition to you, whether you are single or you have a family. I think overall it runs very well, and yeah, definitely a car that is to be added to your garage. So there it is, the car as you saw it. We saw the changes, we drove it. Now comes a crucial part where we tell you how much it scores out of 10. Now that is a little tricky, because if you go by features and all, I would give this car a solid 7, but we don't know the pricing yet. So that pricing only comes out in a few days. When that comes, we will update it in this very same place. But till then, I think it's a good, solid vehicle. That is a good family car. Yes, it misses out on some features, and yes, it has some features with the first-in segment, like the massage seats that we spoke about. Overall, a good package and a good car that you and your family would be proud to own. And I hope today you enjoyed me bringing this review to you as much as I enjoyed doing this. Thank you. Please subscribe to our social media channels, and we'll come back soon with another vehicle. Till then, be safe, stay buckled up, drive safe.